Okay, you need to make a graph. You need to find a linear regression. Let's do it, people. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can take some data and then make a graph and then find the slope of that best fit line. Okay, this is Google Docs. I'm sorry, this is Google Sheets. And whenever I have some data, I completely just made this up. So here, oops, I don't want to do that. So I have X values and Y values. Let's plot this and find the slope. So I'm not the best at Google Sheets, I'll tell you right now. So I'm going to highlight all this, go up to Insert, Chart. And that's wrong. Because the default value, the default settings for Google are to do a line graph. So if I click this, I want this, an XY scatter. An XY scatter does Y versus X. A line does Y versus cell number. So that's not what you want. I think that's what that was. No, that's still a scatter. It just shows you a line. Okay, I was wrong. But anyway, you want to make sure it's a scatter chart. Next, I want to add a trend. You could in here go ahead, and I'm sorry I made the window too small. You could go ahead and change this title to stuff and spell it wrong. And this could be stuff. And this could be stuff with units. I'll do all that stuff. That's probably what you should do. Now to add a linear regression line, I'm going to go down here to series. And then I'm going to go to Trendline. And it adds a trend line. Now I want the slope, so if I go down here to label, use equation. Okay, so I get, here's my trend line, and my slope is 1.35 with the intercept of negative 1.2. Yay. Okay, let's use Logger Pro. At my university, students have a site license this, so it's really nice to use. If you don't have it, you may have this already because if you have vernier probes, you'd be using this. There's a graphing version too, but this is something that my students use a lot. So again, I'm just going to paste the data in here, and you see right there, I get my, let's see if I move this up, I chose poorly. I have my X and Y values right there. You can change these to X for whatever you want. Okay, so that's really nice. So scroll down over here. I can zoom into the whole data, but that's not really needed. What we want, and you can change these titles too. Okay, so if I just go, if I want to change those, if I double click this, it could be stuff in units of S. So you see down there, it changed it. Okay, now to add a trend line, there's 2 ways to do that. You can click that button right there, but I'm going to click this one, which is Insert Curve Fit. So here we have to pick what kind of curve I want to fit. I'm going to click a linear fit. You need to have some values to try, and you click try fit, and then click OK, the end. There you go. There's your y-intercept, the slope of 1.352, intercept of negative 1.12. Different programs are going to give you slightly different things because they do them different ways. Okay, so that's that. The end. Finally, let's go back to this. Nope, that's not it. That's something else. Must be this one. Right there. Okay, and let's copy that same data, and I'm going to go to Plotly. plot.ly. And again, I made my window too small, and it's my fault. So over here, I'm going to go to, I'm logged in. I'm going to go to Create Chart, and it looks a lot like Logger Pro. So I'm going to paste my data up here. I'm going to go to Add Trace, XY Scatter. I need to choose the X value. I'm going to use column A, see? The Y value, I'm going to use column B, and there's my graph right there. Oops. You can see the whole thing. That's fine. Now I want to find, and you can add in stuff to the titles. You can change this. There's a lot of options here to change. It's really easy to change the stuff, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, so now I want to add linear fits. I'm going to analyze curve fit. I'm going to click add fit. Now you have to tell which series you want to fit. So I'm going to trace 0 because there's only one. I want a linear fit. I need to pick the y, the slope and intercept to try, and then there you go. There's my fit. And then here's my slope, and there's my intercept. The end. This one also you can export, save it as an image or HTML, or you can share it online. I really like Plotly. That's 3 ways to graph linear functions. You're welcome.